Welcome back to the Young Crumbs podcast.
You've been eating stuff.
Stuffing these.
The Mountain from Game of Thrones, if you ever watched it.
He has a little brother called The Hill.
Shut up. Shut up.
Elon Musk, one of the most intelligent people out there.
His son is going to have a lifetime of bullying.
This episode has no special guests. it's just Sean and Michael. It's just us.
Wedding, maybe? Poll? Wedding? Wedding poll?
Yeah.
Speaking of babies, weddings.
Unmute.
You do need to unmute.
3, 2, 1.
Wait.
We got to sync in our video. Welcome back. Stop clapping. I'm doing the intro. That's so
I
loud.
clap really loud. Sorry, go.
Welcome back to the Young Crumbs podcast. My name is Michael.
My name is Sean.
How are you today, Sean?
Good. Have you always done the intro? You have, haven't you?
I have. Do you want to change it up? You have a go. Ready?
Right, ready?
Set.
3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the Young Crumbs podcast.
I don't like it.
I'm Sean. I'm trying to do my best impersonation of your smooth voice.
Welcome back to the Young Crumbs podcast.
Welcome back to the Young Crumbs podcast.
That's kind of like the intro song where I'm like, I try to put on that deep voice where it's like, welcome back to the Young Crumbs podcast. I think I should redo
wow,
that.
that sounds so good.
I should redo that intro song.
Right, yeah. Because
Shit.
that was back when our audio was bad too. Like the audio
Yeah.
was really bad.
Also, if you listen to it, you might notice that I take the laughing from the second joke and cut it in behind the third little joke that gets made. So it's a repeated laugh. Because there wasn't any laughter after the third joke.
Yeah, because I think the third joke was me just talking about Elon Musk's son getting bullied.
Yeah.
And then I remember listening to the intro and I was like, that's not a very funny joke.
No, we didn't laugh at it.
But
I don't know why.
It was just like, Elon Musk's son's gonna have a lifetime of bullying, and we're like, I hate that kid.
Where's my knee? I need to slap it.
Slap the knee. Yeah, that's definitely maybe redo.
I think, mate, let's
later.
That could be a project.
That could be a
next week.
Next week. Wow.
Yeah.
You're the one who has a thing due on Friday. You sure you're gonna put yourself to it?
Yeah, that's why it's next week.
Yikes. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. Because I'm a busy man.
Now,
but let's not talk about it.
If you follow us on Instagram, you would have seen a very aggressive post made by Michael on our story.
Just in case I don't follow you on Instagram, what is our Instagram, Sean?
At the Young Crumbs podcast, no dots, no spaces, no underscores, just one big word.
Sometimes it feels like this podcast is like a really shitty improv show, and you have to keep on, for some reason, you talk a bit like robots that always follow it up with each other's names. Don't we, Sean?
Yes. What is our Instagram, Michael? At the Young Crumbs. Yeah, I get what you mean.
Hey, Sean, what's the weather today, Sean?
Michael. Yeah, so we had a little poll.
Yeah.
Talking about last week's topic, which was gender reveals.
Gender reveals.
And whether they're worth our time, you know? Worth our damn time and money. Now, Michael's very passionate about... Look, he just took a deep breath. He's ready to just go all in.
Oh, man.
You know?
Nah, look, I think the poll... I was actually a bit surprised by the poll. I was expecting...
So was I.
I was expecting more people to be against them.
So was I. I was expecting
Really?
a nice 50-50.
Oh, no. I was expecting like 90 in favour of like...
Turns out people don't like free parties, which is fine.
It was like 80-20.
It was
80% of the people.
It was like
roughly,
80-20.
80%
Don't like them.
80% didn't like them.
Yep.
20% did like them.
Yep.
But I reckon that 20% have been to one.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about this the other day, and Michael's like, "Yeah, I reckon that 20% have been to one." And I'm pretty sure I voted 20%.
You voted.
I haven't been to one, but I have.
You're in favour of them.
Yeah, I mean,
You're also in favour of people losing their homes to wildfires. Sean?
okay. Was the question wildfires or gender reveals? Because if we're talking wildfires, that's a no. But I thought it was just for gender reveals, and I was like, yeah, sure. But I think it depends. I think it really depends.
It was about gender reveals. We actually had a friend message us saying that is this a personal attack on her because her sister had one, and to that I say, Sarah,
Yes.
your sister's part of the problem.
Yes. And it actually is a personal attack on your sister.
Yes.
Me and Michael have a firm feud.
Believe it or not everything's about you.
Yep.
Wow.
Wow. Oh, wow. Bang. Bang, bang. You know, we're getting a DM from that. Good job, Michael.
it's fine.
Nah, that's funny.
It's just funny jokes, you know.
Yeah, no, I think it was more.
I'm sure her sister's a lovely person.
Yes.
But did you see on the little post I made?
Tiny little argument.
I did some tiny little text. Tiny little text.
I couldn't be bothered reading it at the time, but you showed it to me later, and I was
showed
like,
it to you later.
wow. I feel personally attacked.
It was an attack on those people.
Yeah.
I think it was something along the lines of
you're a self-centered narcissist if you enjoy them or something.
There was a bit of a pun before that. I think
what was the pun?
Reading the pun softens the blow. It's like more like gender reveal the fact that you're a narcissist.
Are you proud of that?
And you're happy that you had sex one time.
Oh,
Look,
that's it. Yeah.
Over the past week, I've had a lot of time to reflect on my position in this argument. And
Have you? And it hasn't changed. Okay, moving on.
Yeah, and absolutely nothing's changed.
Okay.
I still think they're very dumb.
I think it was both like our opinions weren't going to change from the poll. It was more just curious what other people think, and a lot of people agree with you. They're useless and they're dumb. So. All power to you people.
We basically said it last week. It's only the minority that even have them. It's a very small percentage of people that actually have a gender reveal party.
If you have a baby shower, there's like a little gender reveal involved in it. Is that, you down with that? You down with it? Or you're not down with it?
I think the bit that irks me is that it doesn't need to be its own thing.
Yeah, okay. I get what you mean. Yeah. Like if you have a baby shower and have that involved in it.
Am I wrong in saying that baby showers are typically a female thing?
No, you're not wrong. I think that's
the thing, right?
Yeah.
Baby showers are usually
while the lady's pregnant.
Only the female friends. Usually.
Yeah, usually, yeah.
Because I remember my cousin had one, and I was like, another event. Like I didn't want to go to it, but I did want to go to it. I was like, oh, sweet, baby shower, that sounds fun. And Mum's like, no, you're not coming. I was like, why the hell? Why not? Why not? I want to.
You don't like them?
I want to go to a baby shower. I've never been to one before. And she's like, because it's not a boy thing.
It's not a boy thing.
It's a girl thing.
The men have a man bath.
Do they?
Yes. You weren't invited to that either.
A baby bath.
Baby bath. No, really. Yeah, it's a lady only thing.
Yeah, because I was also thinking about that, but then I might have been confusing it with a hen's night.
But baby showers are a female thing. I don't know what goes on in them. I don't know.
They play a lot of games that's like pin the
what?
Baby in the womb. It's like pin the tail on the donkey. There's one where
Are you sure they play that?
Yeah.
Every single one?
There's one where they put balloons between their legs.
And
they like run and then they got to like kind of give the balloon to the other woman or it's like to simulate that you're running to the toilet when you're pregnant because like you kind of waddle.
Yeah, okay.
It's like little it's
cute. It's cute, you know.
Yeah. Is it sexist to say it's cute?
Well, is the word sexist cute?
Yeah, but it's like female humor. It's cute, isn't it?
Oh, it's not a condescending word. I'm just saying it's cute. Like it's a cute little wholesome, party game.
It might come across as condescending.
I apologize to everyone that's pregnant out
Sarah,
there.
if that offended you, please write in.
No, I feel like we're just talking to Sarah here.
Yeah. She's the only one that listens and actually.
Yeah, we have our analytics pulled up here. It's just one viewer.
It's one viewer.
Yeah, one viewer.
2,000 times.
Oh, nice little flex there.
We've
2,000 times.
I can read it off the screen right now. We've got 2,173 views across all episodes.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. All time.
It's an average of 83 views a episode. I did the math before.
Yep. Oh, in his head too.
Yeah. Only took about 20 minutes. But we got there in the end.
Yeah. I still hate how our first episode is the most viewed.
Yeah, because it's not. Well, if you look at what were the numbers on our first episode?
Our first episode has like 280 views all up.
And I'm guessing a lot of people fell off the horse after that first episode.
Yeah, and then our next highest one was episode 5 because that was when we told everyone that we have a podcast. That was wholesome times, wasn't it? That was
wholesome.
Fun. That was
wholesome.
cool.
Remember that?
Yeah, no.
We might be big moves to kind of
maybe
push the podcast out. Maybe
we'll be seeing.
We're talking about it before. Maybe we'll see. Maybe.
I don't want to confirm anything because
big things coming. Maybe
it took us a while to get those stickers. Yeah, God forbid. But now we're here.
The other day I met a new group of people.
Oh, lovely.
Girlfriend's family.
Yep.
And they said to me, when I introduced myself, I was like, well, what's your name? And I was like, oh, Michael. Nice to meet you all. Lovely. And they're like, oh, Michael. Do your friends call you Michael? Or do you go by Mick or Mike? What do you prefer? And I, for some reason, have always been a Michael.
I call you Mikey sometimes.
Mike
That's it.
sometimes. My mum's called me Mickey before, sometimes, when I was little.
Okay.
Not so much now.
Yeah.
But I've never really had nicknames. I've never been a Mike or a Mick person.
Mm.
It got me thinking. When you meet a new group of people, could you just make up a nickname for yourself? Because that's the perfect opportunity to do it.
Yeah, so we were talking about this before.
You can't do it with... If you, I'm already friends with you. I can't just say to you one day, hey, people call me Mick.
Yeah, right.
And you're like, I've never called you Mick, and
Yeah.
I'm people.
Yeah, right.
So like what?
So what I'm imagining is you go up to a new group,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh my god, hi, I'm
Yeah.
I'm Dylan," and you're like, "Hey, what's going on? I'm Sean," but people call me the alpha name of 2000.
But you say it real casual. You're like, everyone calls me Lightning.
Can you imagine their face? Lightning. Yeah, but people call me the
If it's something,
sun, moon, and the
if
earth.
it's something, if it's something obscure enough,
Yeah.
I think they won't question it because they'll be like, there has to be a story behind it.
Yeah, people call me Alpha.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I found a
scream.
lot of nicknames don't really have good stories, do they?
Yeah, no.
It's
It's
usually
just one of those things where it's like, we
just a
called
thing.
him it, and it's stuck.
It's usually a bad joke that sticks.
Yeah.
Like,
Those are the best. We got mates that have nicknames, and it's like,
it's just a completely different name.
and then it's like, you call them by their real name, and it's like, what? Who the hell is that?
But it's not even a nickname. It's just another name.
Are you
Like,
sad that
it's
you
not-
never got a nickname?
Not really.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't think I don't suit a Mick or a Mike or a Mickey or a
Mikey.
Mikey.
I think Mikey works.
Yeah.
Mikey's the best.
Maybe Michael Nater. Mike
The Mikeinator.
the,
Mikeinator
the
3000.
Michael Nater.
Michael O. That doesn't really work. Sean O.
Moby Dick is the closest thing
Is it?
to a nickname that I've gotten.
Yeah, but you gave that to
I
yourself.
gave it to myself, exactly.
It's like saying, yeah, like,
Yeah, I've like
Shawnee.
when I've added people on Instagram, they're like, "Where's Moby Dick come from? What's that?" I'm like, "It's just a
Come on,
just a-
guys.
it's just a pun with my initials.
Use your brains.
That's all it is."
Yeah.
And they're a bit like, "Oh, that's uninteresting."
That's kind of lame.
But I think you could have a lot of fun with it, couldn't you?
Yeah, well, people's nicknames. Like, what would entail a cool nickname story?
You don't really have a nickname,
I get called Shauno.
Shauno.
No one calls me Shawnee.
I call you Shawnee.
Shawnee's the worst.
I've called you Shawnee a few times,
Don't call me Shawnee.
at least a few times.
At least, I'm sure you have once or
I haven't-
twice, but
I
I don't
haven't-
remember. Seamus.
Seamus?
Seamus.
Do you?
Yeah, just from one particular person.
Is it your dad?
No. My dad calls me failure. No.
Oi. Boy.
oi.
He calls me
Boy.
Boy. Hey,
Boy.
boy.
Hey, boy. Nah. Oh, I lost my train of thought now. Yeah, no, what story would entail a good nickname story? So if you're like, hey, I'm Michael, but they call me Dragon Slayer. And they're like, wow.
Wow.
What is
Wow.
because of that? And you're like, oh, it must be like,
Because
you must have killed some dragons.
If you pick something that's not just a shortened version of your name, you have to back it up with something.
Yeah.
That's
And you're
if
like,
you-
oh, Dragon Hunter, you must like, have you killed something? You're like, oh no, it's just my League of Legends name, and it just stuck.
We've got. Well, there's been a few nicknames in our friendship groups that have started as
Yeah, they're PlayStation names.
They've started as PlayStation names.
Terrific Tortoise.
Yep. Old Bombara.
Boombara, yeah.
Don't know if he listens, but
Nah, definitely not. But, hey, if you're listening, Boombara, shout out to you.
I heard he's. For those that do get it, I've heard he's still quick scoping on Afghan.
I heard he's still quick scoping on Rust and Terminal.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, no, a lot of people do. But a lot of people's PlayStation names are pretty just, standard. I feel like when you have a nickname and you use that for your PlayStation name, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Terrific Tortoise.
Why are you throwing shade?
No, I'm just throwing shade at your bad name.
It's a sunny day. Why are you throwing shade?
Why throwing shade? I'll tell you what, I want to make a poll, and it's like, is Terrific Tortoise a good PlayStation name? Because I bet it'll all be known.
If in case there's people not following, my PlayStation name, my on PlayStation,
Name on
my
PlayStation.
gamer tag
Gamer
is
tag.
called Terrific Tortoise.
Yeah.
Don't know why. I just thought the alliteration sounded kind of funky, and it was a bit unique.
It's
Yeah.
definitely unique. You've got that going for you.
But is it bad? Who knows?
Yes. I tell you what I prefer, your Minecraft name.
Oh, let's not
Can't
say that.
one out loud.
Let's not say that one out loud.
Let's not say that one.
That'll get us cancelled.
Yeah, that definitely will. We'll get you cancelled, not me.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I
yeah.
tell you what. Speaking of gamer tags that are funny, I remember when I used to play Minecraft, and I remember I made my first name, and it was it was cool with a K, 9876543-1. I skipped the 2 because I thought it was cool. So my name was, and I remember the first time I played with other people, and they're like, "Oh, like what's your name?" And I'm like, "Cool with a K, 98765," and they're like, "Why?"
Why?
And you're like,
It's terrible.
You're like, "It's cool, man. It's
terrible.
hip and cool."
It's terrible.
No, it's not.
Have you
What's cooler, Terrific Tortoise or cool 9876543-1? I think I know. I think I know where I'm going. I think I know where I'm going.
Tortoise.
No,
Have you ever been part of a sports team with a fun name?
as in like the Possums or something.
I was part of an indoor soccer team called the Electric Turtles.
That's pretty cool, actually.
The Electric
Electric
Turtles.
Turtles.
Electric Turtles.
There was like
Yeah.
the Crazy Crocs.
Yep.
I wasn't in that team, but I heard about their name. There was the Average Joes. That was my
there?
indoor soccer team.
Really?
Then there was
Sounds like an old man's team.
Kanye West Ham.
I like that.
Then there was another one.
I remember I was once in an Oztag team, and we were going to call ourselves Vicious and Delicious,
That's a good
but
one.
that shortens to VD, and that's a sexually transmitted disease. So we decided that probably wasn't the best idea.
I've heard the story behind that. I've heard everyone wanted Vicious and Delicious,
And
then one person changed it.
yeah, it was the manager at the time.
Yeah.
We proposed the team name, and it was decided upon, but then the manager, who was one of our friends' mums, heard it. At least from memory, this is what happened. And then she's like, "No, we're not doing that." because-
VD.
Yeah.
Why it doesn't get shortened at all?
But I think
When does it get shortened?
I don't think it fits in the timetable that they put out for games, so they shorten it to VD.
I've seen longer names.
Really?
Nah, I don't know. I'm talking smack.
I don't know. Could we make up
It's still a good
what's a
name,
fun
though.
name right now we could make up?
Sean and Friends.
Sean and
How
Cody.
about Bailey's and Skulls? Why do you have a skull over there?
It's a little
Little,
trinket
little skull.
that my brother bought for me.
Oh, that's really wholesome.
Sean was just
Sorry.
looking at my shelf to seek
Yeah, I
inspiration.
was trying to like put
let's
some things
let's pick a
together.
sport. We'll
All
make
right.
a pun, a name
Okay.
for that sport.
All right.
Badminton.
Nah, it's too hard. Volleyball.
Okay.
Dolly. No. What rhymes with volley?
Dolly.
Dolly. That's what I
Dolly.
said.
Dolly. It's hard.
Solly
On the spot.
for getting you out.
On the spot. Thinking about it's really hard.
Oh man, that's tough. But every now and then you play a comp and you see a name and you're like, oh, it's a good name.
It's a good
It's a
name.
really good name.
I'm part of one now called Shortest and Tallest.
Oh,
We
okay.
don't even have the shortest and tallest people.
That's really
Yeah.
cringe, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. S&T it shortens it, or it
That's
shortens.
that's sexually transmitted.
that
Shortened.
stands for
That stands for sexually transmitted.
sexual and transmittable.
Oh no,
Is what it stands for.
That's a good name. Sexual and transmittable.
Yeah,
Pass the ballable.
chlamydia, because you can't catch us, except you can. Because
Yes, you can. If you catch chlamydia, I'm pretty sure.
what's something you can't catch?
The ball. If you're not very good enough, I feel like you're putting things together right now.
volleyballs
Galore
on your face.
on your face. When I drag, wait, do you like dragons?
Yeah.
Because you'll be loving when I. Anyways,
This is a terrible segment.
that is a
Let's move
terrible
on.
segment.
Let's move
Nah,
on.
I wanted to talk about the wedding I went to on the weekend.
You went to a wedding.
Yes.
How was
I
it?
feel like weddings come up very often on this podcast.
We're
It was my sister's wedding.
love surrounds us, Sean. We
So-
can't help it.
Now, I'll tell you what I'm going to hit you with, Michael. I'm going to hit you with a tier list of weddings. Okay?
All right.
At the top tier list of weddings is a wedding where you don't know everyone and you don't have to do anything, right? You don't need to do a speech. You're not like a groomsman or a bridesman. Those are fun, but I'm saying there's no...
You don't want to know people? Or is it you want to leave room to meet new people?
You want to really root and meet new people.
Yeah, okay.
You want to have a nice
like it.
balance of, I know these people, so I'm not uncomfortable, but I also have a lot of people.
A wedding's a good place to pick up.
I don't know. I never have, but I think so. I think a lot of people do.
I think love's in the air.
Love
so
is in
it's-
the air at those.
You know?
Now, it's coming close second to that
Okay.
is a wedding where you know everyone, so you don't. There's not many people you have to meet, but you still don't need to do anything, right?
Yeah.
Because because I feel like as soon as you have a responsibility, that's when, the wedding could be great for everyone else, but when you have to worry about doing a speech or something,
Becomes a job.
comes a job.
Did you do a speech?
I had to do a reading at the start, just at the ceremony, which I was totally fine on doing. Yeah, I was like, I'll read some,
Did you fumble on any words?
multiple, but that's okay.
That's
You get
so
through
good.
it.
That's
You know what I
okay.
mean?
That's all right.
I was in the mindset of like, I'm not going to worry until I'm sitting there and waiting. You know what I mean? It's like, who cares? But yeah. Anyways, those are the tier list of weddings.
It's a two-tier list.
It's a two-tier list. But I was going to say like, and below that,
It's you're
like,
involved.
or you're involved, and those are at
Yeah.
different levels. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like, you could be a groomsman, but you don't have to do a speech or anything. But I feel like you still have to do, you got to take photo. You got to look presentable. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're helping the
You have
groom out
you have
in the morning.
responsibility.
What time did you... I have a question.
Yeah.
I remember I said this. I was like, when you have to be part of that bridal or groom party, it's a long day.
It is a long day.
What time did you wake up?
Oh, I didn't have to do anything.
You didn't do anything?
I got up at 8. No, well, look, I did have to do things because when you're a bridesmaid and stuff, the hair people and the makeup
Yeah.
person comes at 8 o'clock, and it's
Yeah.
all hands on deck. So there's like
crunch
5
time.
people that need to get their hair and makeup done. So it's literally all day,
Yeah.
which is crazy. But like, us guys are a bit lucky. Just have a shower and get changed. So we were out playing tennis all morning, but the wedding was great.
That's good.
Yeah, it was heaps fun.
Where do
was-
you stand on the groom and bride seeing each other before they walk down the aisle?
Good question, Michael. Look, not a fan, but that's okay. People can do it.
So at this wedding, which was your sister's.
Traditionally speaking,
Yeah.
the groomsman sees the bride all done up for the first time down the aisle. But what they did this time was they had I forgot what it was called, but they saw each other before. So like
At a rave, right?
No, not a rave, just out in the garden, Michael, if you don't mind. And yeah, so like they had like a first look before the actual ceremony. But yeah, I don't know, it was something new, and everyone for me who didn't know a lot about what was going on, because I didn't really need to, because I wasn't involved in much. I was like, oh, this is interesting. But yeah, I don't know. What's your opinion on it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it takes away the impact of seeing your wife
feel like it does,
down the
yeah.
aisle.
It's still very emotional, though.
Was she all done up when they saw each other?
mm.
Yeah, no. I think as if a future groom, maybe
Maybe, potentially.
potentially.
You'd hope so.
Well, we'll see.
We'll see.
There's still time.
There's still time. You never know.
I would want to see my wife or fiance for the first time
husband.
as she walked down the aisle. I feel like that would be a nice,
Yeah.
you know.
It's emotional. It's emotional
It'd
weddings.
definitely be emotional.
That can be emotional. What was really embarrassing was like my sister was there, and she was waiting to go out the house and meet her husband for the first time. Well, not meet, like see for the first time.
Yeah.
And I she's got a train. Is that what they're called? With like the
Yeah,
fabric that
it's
comes
like
out of the
long-
hair.
Yeah, the long.
And I was
yeah.
like walking past, and I was
Oh,
like
you
jumping over it. I
Ooh.
kicked it out. And I was like, oh my god. And they're like, oh my god, Sean, you idiot. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. They quickly put it in, and it was all fine. But I was like, holy, I could have ruined it.
Oh man,
Could have ruined it there, but it was all good.
Man.
Another thing that was really, a bit stressful. Apart from that, everything else went really good. But we were moving so we had the ceremony, and then we were having drinks and like some, nibblies or whatever.
Yep.
For a few hours, and then they made the announcement to head on down to the area to eat, like it's dinner time.
Yep.
Everyone go sit down. So we get there, and the sun's still up. So, and the person comes over to, I was talking with my dad, and they're like, "Oh, the power's out. There's been a power outage," and we're like,
That's not
good at all. So they're like, well, the number one concern is probably the food, right? Like the food's to be cooked, and they're like, food's already cooked. We'll just have to bring it a bit forward. So
Yeah.
we're like, all right. So I started serving the food, and what was funny was they had candles on the tables, so like we lit all the candles, but it was still very dark. The night before that, we stayed on the property, like the family.
Yeah.
And my mum went to Woolies, and she came back with a whole bunch of candles, and we were paying her out. I was like, Mum, why'd you get so many candles? You know what I mean? And then Mum's like, Sean, go get the candles from the house. So we went and got handfuls of all these candles, and we lit them all up, and it was all good.
That's
But
all right.
what probably the best thing of the night was everyone's eating dinner like by candlelight. It was kind of cute, but
That's cute.
there were some worries about like how speech is going to work,
Yeah.
how the dance floor going to work, and then
You
just
have to
randomly,
yell. Lights
bang,
turned on.
lights just turned on, and everyone's like, yeah, everyone goes crazy. Everyone's
That's
like,
lovely.
woo! Oh, it was great. It was a good
Yeah.
time. But yeah, what was super strange to everyone was that the property didn't have any backup generator or anything like.
Big.
It was a
Pretty
big
big.
property, and it was just sort of like everyone's like, oh, like you don't have anything for this, you know? Surely
I can't imagine many would, right?
I feel like it's just something that maybe you probably never use, but I feel like it's like that big of a thing. Wind, you know.
Yeah.
It was very windy that day, so I don't know.
Throw
But
the windmill up.
look, it was a great time. Weddings are heaps fun.
Weddings are
COVID, as far as that was concerned, like it wasn't even. I mean, actually, yes, we behaved very accordingly. 1.5 minutes away
I
from
was
everyone.
about to say, what are you about to say, mate? Don't
No,
incriminate
everyone abide
yourself.
by the laws. Moving on. Anyways, yeah, no, it was a great time. Weddings are great.
That's good.
I like what I wore, so I was like even better. you know
I
what
did
mean?
I did see your fit.
Yeah,
Maybe
you lie.
this week's post will just be your fit.
Oh, I've already uploaded on my Instagram, bro.
That's fine. We can do it again.
We'll do it again?
We'll do it
nah,
again.
let's not do that, bro.
It'll be a fit.
No, it's good. I'll tell you what was annoying though. I got a hole in my pants straight away, like on the side near the pocket. Just like a little one here,
Was it
and like,
like
my
a
pants
split?
aren't tight. Oh, I didn't split. It was just like a tiny hole,
Yeah, right.
and I was like, "Oh
Surely
man,
you
that's
walk-
super annoying."
Walk past a candle.
Yeah,
and
maybe
you burn
it
a
didn't
hole in
really
the thing.
didn't affect it, but it was just like it was brand new. But anyways,
What were you saying that you were doing before you played tennis?
oh, tennis.
How fun's tennis?
Tennis is great.
Honestly, probably some of the fittest people in the world play tennis.
So there was a
Easy.
tennis court at the property, and we were staying there.
Yeah.
We had time to kill. It was just me and my brother. And I tell you what, when you hit a good hit back,
Feels
you're
good,
like,
eh?
oh mate, I
Yeah.
tell you what, I now understand how people,
Yeah.
and it's a lot harder than you think. Like
It is really difficult.
I always knew I was going to be bad at it because I never really played it. But when the ball comes in and you have to backhand it, it's one of the most awkward thing I've ever done in my life. I'm like, how do I not hit? How do I
hard.
hit this?
It's hard.
You know what I mean?
My little brother, he was never really a team sport person. Didn't really like playing sports when he was younger. He picked up tennis in his like middle teenage years.
Yep.
Just took to it. It was like the one thing he really, really enjoyed.
Serving's hard.
And he's never really been a coordinated fellow. So,
Does he listen to this? You're just
He's
roasting
fine.
this poor kid.
He's great. He's good at
Yeah,
tennis.
he's great.
though.
He's great. Yeah.
He's never really been that coordinated. And so
Yeah.
when he picked up tennis, I was like, yeah, I'm sure he's all right. You know,
Yeah,
gets the hang of it easy.
Yep.
I'll go play it because I feel like I pick up coordinate, like I'm quite coordinated.
Oh, you're very
And I
coordinated.
went and played tennis with him one time, thinking like, yeah, I might be.
He
on
might
his-
smoke you a little bit.
He's been playing for a bit. You know, let's
Let's test
I
out
think
his
we'll
skills.
give him a little bit of a matchup.
Yeah.
He destroyed me.
Yeah.
I just had no clue. It was like the thing. It's like you think it's going to be easy. It's not easy.
They make it look so
It's
easy on television,
difficult.
don't they?
It's really difficult.
Yeah.
There's a famous. I think it was at the Australian Open. I think Nadal, who's like world number 1 or 2,
Yeah.
and Djokovic, who's also number 1. It was the men's finals.
Also number one.
Men's,
Two number ones.
The two.
The two number ones coming
Both of the
together.
number ones.
Both number ones.
They were versing each other. That was the final. It went for like 6 hours. This match,
Yeah, right.
or 7 hours, because you have to finish
That's to be 2 points ahead.
two points ahead, 2 sets ahead,
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't exactly know how the scoring works, but you have to finish 2 something ahead.
Yep.
And they just kept on meeting each other and like matching
Crazy.
each other. Just kept on going. And finally, I think... Actually, I'm probably going to get it wrong either way.
Look, you
One of
probably
the-
got the
one of the-
time wrong,
one of them
and you
won.
probably got...
One of them
One of them won?
One of them won.
Oh, it wasn't just a draw? They need to shake hands?
But at the end, it's the final of like, I think the Australian Open.
Yep.
So there's so much like ceremony afterwards. Like the president of the tennis association comes out and he
Good
does
job,
like, some
mate. You
20
bloody
minute,
smashed it.
20-minute speech. and you can see them standing there, and they're just literally dead on their feet.
Yeah.
Like they're crouching, they can't stand still. They're like stretching their muscles, like they're massaging
Why are they doing
their
that?
own legs.
Why are they doing that to these
They're
people?
standing there in front.
Give them the award.
And it
Do a
takes-
ceremony tomorrow or something.
You literally watch them be uncomfortable, like super uncomfortable to watch, even because
Yeah.
you can see they're uncomfortable for like 5-10 minutes, and then finally two people run out with chairs and give them chairs and water, and they're just like. They just sit both slumped down in the chairs, and everyone claps for them. And like,
Imagine losing.
but
and-
I've never seen people look so exhausted. They were like, have you ever seen someone finish a marathon and their body shuts down when they're close to the line? That's what it looked like. Like they were kind of like couldn't stand there.
I saw a funny video.
Very powerful imagery.
Well, not funny video, but it was a video of like a marathon runner, and he took the wrong turn. He was like he was like finishing. It wasn't first, but it was like 6, and he took the wrong turn. I don't know how you take a wrong turn in a marathon, but what's really interesting to me in a lot of sports, is the ones that are really exhausting, like tennis, and like fighting and stuff. What's the after party like? Is there even an after party?
You'd be too tired.
Because I know with like boxing and like UFC or whatever, some like a lot of the fighters have deals with certain clubs in the city. You know what I mean? It might be like,
They make an appearance.
hey, Las
afterwards.
Vegas, after come to the after party at this place. They have like a deal going on,
Yeah.
and it's like if you have like 12 rounds of 5-minute boxing each round, you wouldn't want to.
No.
You'd be exhausted.
You'd be exhausted.
Your face would be beat up, as if you'd be bothered to go.
You'd be so sore.
You'd be so sore and tired.
I reckon it depends on the finish. If it's
Yeah, I
like
mean,
an
obviously,
easy-
if
it's an
if
easy
it's
one,
an easy win, you're like, oh, let's go party. But if it's like a grudge match,
yeah,
and you got an obligation, you have to make an appearance at least to get your money or whatever. But it'd just be like,
Nah,
oh, it'd just
too
be
much.
brutal.
Too
You know what I
much.
mean?
Yeah, no.
If I had like, friends and family coming to watch me, do a particular sport, I feel like there'd be a lot of pressure to go out afterwards. Even though
yeah,
I'd be, like,
definitely.
really
Or
exhausted.
like
you know what I mean?
celebrations with your team.
Yeah.
Let's say a UFC fighter.
Can you just do it? Can we do it tomorrow? Tomorrow night.
They have whole teams that follow them around.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
Uh-huh.
there's like a 20-man team that follows them around. Like
Yeah, I
they're
know.
chefs, they're everything.
And then it's just like, but if you do it the
wanna
night
celebrate.
afterwards, I feel like people won't be as hyped, and it's just like,
Mm.
I don't know how they do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm really curious what it'll be like.
I've
'Cause I feel
seen,
like it'd just be like, all right, let's quickly get changed. We'll go make a bed. We'll just go home, bro. I'm so tired. You
I
what mean?
know, Floyd Mayweather
Mm.
and Manny Pacquiao,
Yeah.
two like really good featherweight boxers.
Yeah.
Probably like arguably the best in the world. They had a really big matchup that was worth hundreds of millions of dollars, this fight.
Yeah.
And Floyd won it. But I remember there seemed to be no celebration that came from him. It was just a picture on his hotel bed, just like covered in stacks of money.
Yeah.
He's just like wads of cash all around.
Yeah.
him.
I think that picture
It's like-
was pretty big. I remember
yeah.
seeing that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
just like,
I mean, that's probably what
do
you
you,
do.
do you get paid cash
You just
from a
sleep money.
boxing match? Surely not.
Probably not. No,
He
it's probably
probably-
just money that he already
Yeah,
had.
you already
know what
had
I mean?
it.
It's just like representing the money he got.
Yeah.
Is that what you're more interested about? Do they just do they transfer you the money?
I'm wondering now.
Like, here's my BSB.
Do they just give him a duffel bag
Is it? Here you go, mate.
full of cash? He's $100 million.
That'd just be so inconvenient. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Duffel bag full of money, cash.
You
Just
ever
put it in a bank account.
you
Bro.
ever met people that don't like trust banks?
No. Have you?
No.
Oh.
I know.
I know there's people out there that do
Have
that.
you ever watched have you ever watched Parks and Rec?
No.
There's a character called Ron Swanson.
Oh yeah.
He's a very he's very old school kind of doesn't trust the government.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
a bit of a
yeah.
funny character.
He's a funny character. Yeah.
But he doesn't
Kinda old dude,
he doesn't
yeah.
trust banks, and so he just he invests all his money in gold bars, and he hides them somewhere in the woods.
fair enough.
Yeah,
enough.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah,
Gold
it's a
bars.
funny little bit.
That's just again inconvenient, but oh well. You know.
Well, gold only goes up in value because it
Becomes
becomes
more rare.
more and more rare as time goes on.
Whereas your dollar,
Do you know what I heard?
your dollar goes down in value.
Absolutely no idea if this is true. And
Yeah.
I definitely won't fact check it. But the amount of gold ever found
Mm.
anywhere in the world, like if you roughly added it all up together, pure gold, we have about an Olympic swimming pool's worth.
Really?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, apparently.
You gonna fact check that, or we just gonna
No
assume it's
idea.
true?
Someone said it to me once, and I'm like, "Wow, that's amazing."
I feel like
I've
there's
never
more than that.
fact checked it. I think I might have looked it up once, but I'm pretty sure it's true.
Yeah, right.
We'll look it up. We'll tell
Will we?
next week.
We'll forget about it.
I'll write a little note.
Forget about
I'll
it.
write a note.
I'm just thinking because gold's in electronics. Gold's in... Imagine all the... Oh, well, I guess so. Maybe.
An Olympic swimming pool.
It is pretty big.
It's a huge
That
amount.
is a lot amount.
It is a lot.
That is huge.
But it's like...
I'm just thinking out of like everywhere. But I guess we've only just recently sort of started going, hey, this gold's pretty cool. You know, in the last couple of centuries.
And that's like pure gold.
Yeah, of course. Of course. That's like the... I remember watching a documentary about... I don't know what type of metal it is, but it's the metal from the British, the UK, right? For their soldiers, who do something good, you know, while during wartime, they get a particular metal.
It's like it's kind of like a Medal of Honor.
Yeah,
but
it's Medal of Honor, but it's something else. I forgot. It's the Victoria Cross.
Is it?
It's the Victoria Cross. And those medals are only made out of like this weird cannon or something from a war, from the Crimea War back in like 1910. So they take pieces off this bit and they melt it down to make it.
Yeah.
So they only have a certain amount of Victoria Crosses they can make. And I remember at one point they were giving them out so many that they were going to run out of this metal that they were making it with. So they had to like start giving them to only higher up, you know, people. Sort of people. But
interesting.
Yeah, they only make it out of like and I remember there was a documentary where...
Surely you just pick another cannon.
Nah, it's about the, you know, I don't think it was a cannon, but it was something from the Crimean War or something like
some
that.
sort of military
equipment. Yeah. So they only make it off that. And it was, and they have a whole bunch like pre-made for like future wars and stuff, which is kind of worrying. But, what was interesting was, over there they have like these big, you know, warehouses of storage that's just all guns, ammo, you know, stuff for future wars if they ever need it. And in within like a high security area is like the metal that they make it out of. And there was like just a chunk about like that big left.
Wow.
I'm visualizing.
It's like a football.
About a soccer ball.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe a bit smaller. Which I guess is a lot for when you're making medals about.
Yeah, but it's also not.
But it's not. Yeah.
Because think about
let's hope you never have to make any.
Think about how many they would have given away from World War II or something.
Yeah,
a lot. I find
and other wars.
Metals are very interesting.
Is it?
Little fun fact.
Yeah.
The devices that they measure radiation with.
Yeah. Geiger counters or just in general?
I think they're called Geiger counters. But
those are little ones that go
something about. I don't know if it's that specifically, but there's a tool used to like do something in radiology. They're used in like CT scan machines and stuff like that. But there's a component in those that needs to be made out of metal that was forged or like smelted or like made
before
pre World War II.
Before the nuclear bombs.
Even before nuclear testing.
Yeah.
Because when nuclear bombs were dropped, World War II and just pre-World War II, when they were doing testings or whatever, it virtually contaminated all the world's metal deposits.
Yeah.
And so every bit of metal that's like made now from the ground, it has a radiation level
slightly higher
than pre-World War II metals. And so there's like a big market now for metal that was made pre-World War II that can be used to make instruments for measuring radiation. And it's really expensive.
Yeah, well,
you have to go and find like submarines or like old guns and dismantle them to get this like. And it has to be certain types of metals too. It can't just be regular like.
Yeah, I'm certain it's a type of like metal, but
it's super rare and it's becoming increasingly rare.
Yeah,
but it's like I find that really interesting.
That is interesting how that happened. Yeah,
fancy like dropping bombs.
Well, I'm sure it's for very sensitive equipment.
It's
you know what I mean?
Super sensitive stuff.
So that's super sensitive stuff. Yeah. But yeah, I remember reading about that as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've mentioned on here, but I remember there was if you ever have a chance, look up like a world map, and it's like all the nuclear bombs that have ever been dropped ever. And it has like the world map. It has like little flashing lights, like little beep,
Yep.
on the whenever one gets blown up.
Yep.
So it's like 1944 when like the first test was happened in like the New Mexico desert. So like there's a little one in the US, beep,
Yeah.
and then there's 2 in Japan, like when they dropped it on Japan.
Yeah.
And it goes beep beep, and then from like 1945 through to like 1990, it's just like beep.
Yeah, just heaps of testing.
I think in total there was about like 2,000 total
Yeah.
tests. And there's like a whole bunch in Pacific. There's someone like
Crazy.
out in Australia, like out in the outback and stuff.
Yeah,
it's crazy
right.
how much. And there's like ones underneath the ocean they tested.
Yeah.
Cool,
Fuck.
very cool.
You know, that's how Uluru was formed.
Was it actually?
Yeah.
I heard they did one inside it, but it just contained it.
Yeah, that's
The dream time came down and just sort of absorbed the explosion.
it's probably very.
The rainbow serpent
Is that
just swallowed it up.
is that insensitive?
Is it? I think it's
I
just a
don't
joke.
I don't know. It's
Should we-
hard. It's hard to tell what's insensitive these days, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, with those with the
Bunch
cancels.
of softies. The world is.
Yeah, softies. Do you want
Yeah.
to bring up your Minecraft nickname again, or we should we not?
Nah, let's not do
Is
that.
that insensitive?
No.
Probably.
No.
That'll probably be.
Sometimes I say stuff though, and I'm like, is that offensive to someone?
I'm
Maybe
certain.
not to you.
I feel like everything's insensitive to someone. Mm.
What else you got there on that piece of paper?
I was
What are you
reading. So I was eating dinner with the family during the week, and they're like,
Mhm.
Mum's like, I tell you what's a really good topic. What's one movie you could watch? Like, if you had to watch one movie for like the rest of your life, and that's it, what would it be? So I know this is good for you because I know you love movies. So I'll give you some examples of what the family said. Dad said Top Gun, which is fair enough. Top
Yeah.
Gun's a great
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
I said,
Tell you what, though,
I said Transformers.
Your penis would get sore from the constant erection.
What are you talking about?
Top Gun. Have you seen that movie?
I have,
It's a sexy movie.
That's what you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's just very like.
It's very 80s, isn't it?
It's very like
Very
yeah.
80s.
Look at these.
It's such a good movie,
Look at
though.
these beautiful men and their big guns.
Big guns and
Big
it's like that
guns.
volleyball scene. Is what
Yeah.
you're talking about?
I remember. Funny story. I was watching.
It better be.
I was watching. I was watching Top Gun with an old fling. And
Sorry, just the way you
I'm
said
not
that.
gonna. I don't know. How
it's
do you
just
say
an
it?
old flame?
An
Yeah.
X. An X of mine.
Isn't it an old flame?
An old flame.
An old flame. Of
An old
mine.
flame
What's
of
that
mine.
from?
Top
Oh,
Gun.
no, that's from Thor.
Is it?
That's from Endgame.
Oh,
where
it's
he's
an
like,
old saying.
Yeah,
it's not-
He's like,
yeah,
that's an
yeah.
old flame of mine. Anyways, yeah.
Anyways, watching Top Gun with an old flame of mine.
Gotcha.
She we got through the
He or
whole
she?
into she.
Okay, cool.
We got through the whole movie, and at the end, she's like, "Oh, I really liked Moose." Moose.
For those who haven't seen it, it's Goose. Oh wait, we're spoiling it.
The main
Alright.
character's name is Goose.
This like
It's
sort of
so
code.
old. Are we spoiling Top Gun?
No, we're not. But I'm going to explain it for those who haven't seen it. So
Okay.
there's Tom Cruise,
Yep.
who's Maverick,
Maverick.
and then there's Goose, who's like his co-pilot, right? And he's like a real cool dude, and he dies.
In the Air Force, you have call signs.
Yeah.
So instead of using their names, you use call signs
So Maverick
on a
and-
mission.
and his name's Goose,
Yep.
and he died.
This
So the
whole
joke-
movie, the whole movie, they're saying Goose.
Goose, and then
And then at the
what's
end-
funny is she thought it was Moose.
That-
I would have cracked up
I thought
laughing.
it was
that would
very
have been
funny.
so funny.
It was very funny.
Yeah, Top Gun's a good choice.
Top Gun is good.
Could you pick one? I feel like for you it's gonna be a superhero.
So this is my thoughts right now.
yeah.
If I pick something just for the enjoyment factor,
Yeah.
it would get old.
Okay.
I think I would have to pick something
Well, that doesn't have
that's
enjoyment.
it's very deep. It's like enjoyable in a different way. Something that I can keep watching and keep interpreting in different ways.
Okay.
So there's a movie called Clockwork Orange,
Oh Jesus.
which someone showed me.
Just pick like
Yeah,
Iron
yeah,
Man
I know.
1 and then we'll just move on from this
But
topic.
there's a movie called Clockwork Orange.
Yeah.
And it's very like, when you're watching it, you're like, I don't really get what this is about type of thing. It's like, what's literally happening,
Yeah.
but it seems like there's a lot more going on kind of like once you delve into it a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting because like you talk to someone about how they interpreted it and they're like, I interpreted it this way. And then you talk to someone else and you're like, I saw it this way. And it's like, oh, so you could sit there for heaps long like talking about this one movie.
Yeah, I get what you mean. So
So
those
it's
movies,
like, do you pick something just for enjoyment, or do you pick something that you can kind of like keep looking at in a different way?
I guess it depends. I guess it all comes down to like, do you watch movies for enjoyment or do you watch movies for
Both.
more than that?
I think both.
Well, you have one choice here. What is it?
Avengers Endgame.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
I think
gonna
that final battle I would
Yeah.
never get tired
never
of.
get old of because that's one you can always keep watching. You know, you
Yeah.
can watch little bits.
Yeah.
I was gonna jumping on the back of your whole. Every time you watch it, something different happens.
Yeah.
You ever seen Shutter Island?
No.
Cool.
See, that's a movie that you could like look
So-
into a lot.
Because that's to not spoil it. I don't want to spoil it for you, but there's a twist at the end, like a really big one, and you're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, what the hell?" Like that kind of throws everything off.
Yeah.
So that kind of makes you go rewatch it all. You know what I mean?
It's actually got blinds, not shutters.
It's Awning Island,
It's a horny island.
mate. You've gone to the wrong island.
More like yawning island.
It is kind of boring.
Is
It's
it?
slightly boring.
Is it long? It's got Leonardo
It's long.
DiCaprio in it, doesn't it?
Leonardo DiCaprio and Hulk,
Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo.
Mm.
Yeah, good movie. Have you not
See
seen?
that-
Have you not seen that one?
No.
Oh,
No. Have you seen the trailer for WandaVision?
Yeah,
The new one?
looks kind of cool. I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Don't really know how I feel about it.
I don't
We'll
know
see.
how that's gonna
We'll
work.
see when it comes out. We'll
Yeah.
give a full review
Will we?
on the show.
Are we actually?
Nah.
That's news to me.
It will be talked about.
Okay, it will be talked
It
about.
will be talked about.
Yeah. Have you seen the new Milan?
No.
Have you seen how they charge $30 on top of your subscription to watch it?
Yeah.
Get out of here, bro.
It's like a movie ticket, isn't it, though?
Yeah, but then you're also paying a subscription to see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they were just like $30 to watch it,
If it was $30 and
It's more than-
and it also covered your subscription that month, maybe.
Sounds good.
Maybe.
that's actually a pretty good deal.
That is a good deal.
But it's 30 US. It's actually like 50 Australian, I think.
Australian. I think
Yeah.
the idea is that you get a bunch of people together and you all enjoy it in
But
each other's
just
company.
you know, if they just release it on Disney, like
yeah, they
on
just
on
released
Disney
it.
Plus,
Yeah.
they would have got so many people who watched it.
A lot of people would
That movie just went under the radar.
a
I
lot of
didn't
people
even-
would have got Disney Plus to watch it, I think.
Yeah,
And
and
it's
even
only-
those who did will watch it.
That $30 pay thing is only going for like 2 or 3 months and then it's going on Disney Plus anyway.
Is it?
Yeah. So for me, someone that's like not going to care about Milan, I'll just watch it when it
Watch
comes
it when
out.
it comes up.
Yeah.
They'll be like, "Oh, new movie.
Yeah.
Oh, Milan. Oh, I watch it now."
Where do you stand on remakes and like redoing old movies?
I feel like they can be twisted into certain ways that make them cool.
I didn't mind Beauty and the Beast.
You're talking about all the
yeah,
the live action ones.
Yeah, like a live action remake.
It's so funny because for Disney, it's such
Is
a
it?
smart. It's such a
better
smart.
better be funny.
It's for Disney. It's such a smart idea because one,
Yeah.
they get a whole bunch of people to they get money off nostalgia because people are like, "Oh my god, I used to
Yeah.
love the Jungle Book.
Yeah.
Let's go watch the
Yeah.
movie." Two, they don't need to make any sequels to it. They can just grab some random actor and just be like, they don't need a big name to sell it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They could just get some actors and be like, "Yeah, cool, just do this movie. You're not gonna. There's no sequel to it. Goodbye."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they get loads of money off it because it's a smart idea. The only one I've actually seen is The Lion King, and God, that was trash.
Bad.
It was awful.
Well, apparently
CGI was okay, but like the voice acting was horrible.
See,
The singing was pretty bad,
Yeah.
and it just wasn't very good.
See, Milan was a musical, or was like a. Is it called a musical? If they're animated. Yeah. Like Frozen's a musical, right?
I wouldn't really call any movie a musical. Musical is when you go and watch it, like a theater.
No,
You know what I mean?
No. That's theater.
Ah, two different things.
That's Broadway.
Oh, this is film.
That's Vegas, baby.
That's what? That's Vegas, baby.
It's got a musical.
Yeah.
Like Grease is a musical.
Oh yeah, true.
You know what I mean?
And it's been interpreted into a movie.
But if it's animated, I guess it's still a movie.
Yeah.
If it's animated and it's a musical, that's
Yeah.
fine. Because a lot of those Disney movies are musicals.
Yep.
But Milan isn't a musical. The new one. The old one was.
Yeah, I feel like they cut out songs,
You
didn't they?
know, I'll Make a Man Out of You.
Yeah, that's such a banger.
Clap.
I'll make a man out of you. Why'd they send me daughters when I asked for sons?
I don't know that.
Yeah, I know it.
Nah.
Okay, it's
But-
good song.
It doesn't have that.
Nah, it doesn't have that song.
Have
Apparently,
you seen it?
Mulan.
The new one.
No.
Okay.
I was just making conversation on how ridiculous so much money you have to.
Maybe
pay for
we
it.
can. I don't know. I feel like when we get a few thousand listeners in here,
Oh Jesus!
we start developing a little bit of a cult following.
I think we can start doing some fun stuff like movie reviews or movie commentaries where we sit down and watch a movie and talk shit about it.
Yeah, you guys suck. Like, we can't do it right now because you're losers. I'm kidding. No, we might be able to do that. Maybe those are pretty funny. You're just copying your favorite podcast now.
I am.
Yeah, because they do the same thing.
I could do that. Easy.
Yeah, I mean, like, we're funny.
I did. I don't know if I've said it on podcast, but I have thought about using our podcast like platform as to start reading audiobooks.
What do you mean?
Because I think I have an okay voice for like reading.
Yeah,
it's quite soothing. I think.
I feel like you have a soothing voice. Yeah.
Imagine me reading Harry Potter to you.
Oh, jeez.
At night as you went to bed.
That's the worst thing ever.
Yeah, but that's maybe not to some people. Maybe not to our 60% female audience.
Yeah, that's true.
Who need a nice, deep
voice.
in their
That's
ear.
so bad. But like,
maybe not.
I get it. But like, I don't know. When I'm listening to podcasts, I'm not like,
I could even do the
I really
voices.
want this man to read a book to me.
I'm not a wizard.
Did you put your name in the collar of the fire, Harry?
Harry, did you put your name in the collar of the fire?
I love the I think it was on YouTube. It was like, I was about to say Gandalf. What's his actual name?
Dumbledore.
Dumbledore said calmly.
Yeah.
And it just cuts to the movie and he's like, did you put your name in the collar of the fire, Harry?
It's like grab him by the collar,
like,
shake him
"What
up
did you do,
against the
Harry?"
wall.
Yeah.
That's fun.
So the
Yes.
movie you'll watch forever is
Probably
Avengers,
Endgame.
Avengers Endgame.
It also goes for a really long time.
yeah, that's a long boy.
That is a long
That's
boy.
alright though.
Otherwise, maybe Iron Man 1. I really enjoy that movie.
Iron Man 1's good. Speaking of Disney movies and back to weddings.
Yep.
My sister loves Disney,
Mm.
and their song that they walked down the. I don't know if they walked. I forgot, but at some point they played it. It was You ever seen Tangled?
Yep.
And they're out in the boat and they're singing that song. It's
I'm on a boat.
Nope, that's not
I'm
it.
on a boat.
That's the other Tangled. You're talking
Look
about.
at me. What,
Me,
how's
I'm
that?
on a mother boat.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Famous Tangled song. I'm
Yeah,
on a boat.
famous Tangled. Shut up. No, I don't need to sing the song, but if you know it, it's a very emotional song, and it's it's going back onto weddings. Man, they could they could tee you up a little
Did
bit.
they do a first dance?
Yeah, they did a first dance.
What was their song?
Oh, I don't remember it. Sorry.
Ed Sheeran?
No. Oh, it was actually I'm on a boat. That's it. I'm on a boat. I'm on a boat.
Both songs were about boats.
Yeah.
Wow.
They love boats. They're a boating couple. Boating, camping, fishing. It's BCF and fun. That's what it was actually.
Sponsor us, please.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but
My
I was
first
just wanted to
dance-
say
my first dance is going to be.
my first kiss went a little like this. Is that what it's going to be?
Please don't touch me.
Mine's going to be N-words in Paris.
I'm not familiar.
I'm
Does that
escape-
go by a better name?
I can't say it. The word. Yeah, that's the one. You know it. Yep.
Yeah, something
Or
like that.
Bad and Bougie by the Migos.
I think a fun first dance song
Hmm.
would be the riff that goes at the end of the Bunnings ads.
Like that one? Yeah. I don't know what. It would just be the Buddings song. Like, yeah.
Tell you what, I've been. So I was talking about this with you just before, kind of. We touched on it.
Kind of. We didn't talk about
My
it.
girlfriend loves RuPaul's Drag Race.
Oh, yeah.
And as a result,
And as a result.
I've been watching it a bit with her lately. It's actually it's an interesting show.
Yep.
Interesting because it's so like far removed from anything I know in person.
Yes.
So it's very interesting to see how these people act in this like whole different environment.
These people.
How like these drag queens react, like act in the environment that they're in. Because it's like, I know nothing about it.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting. It's actually quite entertaining.
Yeah.
But I feel like my taste in music, since listening to that show, I'm into some of those like sassy classics.
Oh, WAP.
There's a song, yeah, WAP.
That's a banger.
There's this song called Nasty by Janet Jackson.
Uh-huh.
You need.
I don't know it. I wouldn't know it, bro.
I'm urging everyone, all of our listeners at home, look up Nasty
Tell us
by
a
Janet
fancy
Jackson
song.
and tell me that it doesn't make you feel sexy.
I'll tell you what's a fan, like a something similar. I hope I'm, getting there with this one. Fancy by Iggy Azalea.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that one's
same sort of vibe.
that start where it's like boom, boom, boom. Yeah, you're like, oh yeah, this is good one.
I kind of feel you groove into it. Yeah. Similar sort of vibe. It's I should play it to you, and I think you might know what I mean.
I feel like I've heard it. I feel like if you played it.
Let's pause the podcast.
Oh, do you want, okay.
Yeah, I'll play this song.
Let's pull it up. We'll be back in 1 second. My bitch is bad and bougie. So my bad.
So what do you think of Nasty?
Nasty was pretty nasty. No, I thought it was okay. I get what you're talking about.
You know what I mean?
Just a banger.
You said another song that... Oh, wait, did you say it on podcast? I can't remember.
Yeah, I said Iggy Azalea.
You said Iggy Azalea.
Yeah.
And we jammed out to that a little bit too.
Yeah, a little bit. Just a little intermission, even though we're 50 minutes through. I grabbed you a beer just then. Yes. And Mark was like, what's going to be our last topic? And I was like, I'll tell you what I was thinking recently. I'm sure people have heard of it before, but the whole stigma around how guys are sort of meant to only have manly drinks.
Yep.
I don't think I've ever, experienced that, or it's like dead, because like, you know, I don't think I've ever seen someone, you know, have a go at me for having a cocktail. You know what I mean?
No.
I feel like it's just like, I don't know, I've never seen it exist.
Yeah.
And I don't know anyone who ever has a, you know, little jab that you're having something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's one of those things that people always complain about, but I've never known anyone to actually like cop the stigma.
I feel like there's so many alternative drinks to like beers nowadays that it doesn't really matter.
Doesn't matter.
If someone has a Canadian club for dinner or something, all right, good for you.
Yeah.
The only sort of stigma I feel like there is when if you have a cocktail in your hand, there might be like, oh, it's a big night. You know what I mean? As opposed to it being like,
no, I'm just enjoying a cocktail.
Like, oh, are you only like, you know, or you're not having a beer. It's more like, you're having a big one tonight if you have a cocktail.
I feel like the old, you're not drinking beer? Are you a poof? Like, that's gone.
I don't think that,
I don't think I've ever
that's gone.
Known anyone to actually think that.
Like, if you have a can of ginger beer in your hand, I don't care. I just think it's our generation, I feel like.
I feel like we've definitely...
It's just us.
I think the world's getting better.
In terms of that? Or
we're a lot more accepting.
Yeah. Oh, well,
Tell you what, like... Okay, when we're in high school...
I feel like high school's gotten worse for kids. I
think it's way more accepting.
I feel like the bullying would be worse, but
I think the opposite.
You feel that?
I think bullying's it's slowly disappearing. It's coming up in different ways.
Yeah.
But for the most part, kids are really accepting and tend to not care about what each other's doing.
Yeah, right.
Like kids, like if there's kids at the front of the class playing Minecraft, and there's kids at the back that think that's a little bit lame, they're not saying anything. Like they don't care. Yeah. They're just letting those kids be interested in what they're interested in. Whereas I feel like even when we were young, I know for a fact when I was young, I used to be like, around certain groups of people, you would like be quiet about the fact you were talking about Minecraft.
I remember
because it was a bit lame.
I remember there was a group of us guys.
You didn't want to be made fun of for it.
We played Minecraft like every night because we loved it. Yeah. And I love it. I still love it. I think it's great.
It's a great game.
And yeah, I remember we would be chatting like, oh, and you did that last night. That was so funny, huh? And someone come over and like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, oh, just a game.
No, just a game.
It's all good.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just so funny how thinking like that now, it's like, who cares?
That's so dumb.
Like,
but when you're young, you don't want to.
Yeah, I know.
You're scared of
you care about what so many people think about you. You know what I mean?
But when I feel like now these days, like when you talk to the kids at school, and you're like, they're all just interested in different things, and none of them care about the fact that they're interested in different things.
Yeah,
like no one cares. Everyone's super accepting.
Yeah,
even like I'm not. I guess it's like I'm not really ashamed to admit it, but like you would witness things when I was in high school. Like we're in the same grade. You'd witness like low key bullying.
Oh, all the time. And you're young, and if you're not copying it, you're generally a bit quiet about it, and you might bystand. Like you're a bit of a bystander, a little bit, as long as it's nothing too bad. Like it might be a little bit of like name calling or. But I know for a fact that in like our grade at school, like some of the very much more like what you would consider gay
some of the more gay guys would like cop a little bit of
Gay guys.
Yeah, well, like they came out as gay after school or whatever.
Oh, okay, right.
But like back at school, like they would cop a little bit of verbal harassment off like some people at school.
It's just more negative banter.
It's more, yeah, but it's like it's kind of one-sided and they're not really mates,
one-sided,
and so it's like very low-key bullying.
It's funny because
but I feel like you don't see it anymore.
Well, you're a teacher.
They don't care. No, but they don't. I still think so.
Do you think
they're more accepting?
Do you think it's because of like the bullying programs they used to have at school have like changed a bit, or you just think it's just more of a culture change? Do you think it's more? Do you think it's more like exposure to like?
I think it's exposure
to like older people that are a bit more mature, and like I feel like there's a lot more examples of role models out there, and they're like, oh hey, look at this guy who like I don't know does this and doesn't really care what people think. It's like, oh, I want to be like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I think I honestly think it's exposure.
Yeah.
I think it's from a young age these kids have been made aware that people different to them exist, and whether that's through the internet or like TV personalities. Like think of how many typically more feminine guys are in the entertainment industry on TV, like they're TV presenters or they're interviewers. Like you see it all the time now.
Yeah.
Whereas maybe like 10 years ago, you might not have as much.
Yeah.
I feel. And so I remember in primary school, like even like from primary school to year 7 and stuff, even in high school, when we were in high school, it was pretty common to call each other gay. It's like if you did something lame, you'd be like, oh, that's gay.
Yeah.
But now it's like not really used as a insult as much.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. Well, you don't see it.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
But it's like, I think it's exposure. I think it's because like if you talk to a year 7 kid now, he's very well aware that people that are gay exist in the world, and so it's like a bit insensitive to use it as a derogatory term.
I get you.
I think it's just exposure.
Yeah.
How did this start?
We'll talk about
beer.
Yeah, we're talking about beer and just like stigmas, but like
stigmas.
It was funny because like the whole thing going back onto how we used to play Minecraft used to not tell anyone about it. Because I remember there was people that would get bullied, and they played Minecraft and they were open about it. I remember there was a guy in our grade that used to play Minecraft in the lesson.
Yeah.
And I remember talking to him about it because I used to play. I was like, oh, that's like, oh, what's your house look like, bro? And I remember he getting bullied and like, oh, Minecraft's gay, like, and you're like, oh, Jesus, like, I don't play it. What are you talking about? I've never played this game. I don't know what game that is. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's pretty funny.
I think in general, people
imagine playing a video game and they're like, oh my god, that's gay.
I think they're a lot more accepting these days. I think.
You reckon?
And I think it's because they're just exposed to more.
Yeah.
They understand that there's people actually out there.
Yeah, it's just the internet, bro.
You know what I mean?
It's giving people connections to other people.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's good.
It is good.
It's good.
So all the cool kids are playing at school now.
What?
Pokemon Go.
Really?
Yeah.
Still?
Yeah. Like, it's having a renaissance. They've like brought it back.
I never...
So you don't have to walk around for it anymore.
I feel like I'm that one dude that just never played Pokemon.
I never played Pokemon.
I never played Pokemon.
Ever.
Lots of people were really into it. And that's totally cool, but I never played it. Like, I never had a Game Boy or anything like that. I felt like we were old enough to have one. I just didn't. And then when the whole Pokemon thing came out, I was just like, cool. I thought it was cool, like, walking around and, like, catching things. I'm like, oh, look at this. I got this thing. How cool's that? And then I deleted it out, like, a month later.
No, well, they came out with an update so you didn't have to walk around anymore because of COVID.
Oh, that's smart.
So it's like, we still want you to be able to play Pokemon Go, but...
How does that work? What,
from the confines of your home. And so you just stay there and you can, like, they come to you. And like if you just let the app, if you let
sort
the
of
app,
removes the, it's just sitting there AFK, like you just kind of sit your phone up and just something pops up.
That's every mobile game's a bit dumb when you think about it.
Yeah, I guess so.
You know?
Tell you what game isn't dumb: Clash of Clans.
I never played it. Played Dragon Veil.
Oh, that's even worse.
Dragon Veil was real cool.
That was. You're so gay.
That's
Michael.
where my nickname Dragon Slayer came from.
Shut up. Oh, we've come full circle.
Hey.
We've come full circle since the pilot, Maury. What happened in that episode where he was saying that? Didn't they think they were going to die or something?
Is that the vat of acid episode? That's one of my favorites.
What were they in the bottom of the vat?
In the bottom of the vat of acid.
Not. I think they got back, and I thought like their stomach hurt or something, and they're like, "Oh wait, we've come full circle," says the pilot, Morty. Oh, yeah, that vat of acid episode was very funny. We're talking about Rick and Morty, by the way. Morty. Sorry, I forgot that show exists.
Yeah, because I've never.
You ever watched How I Met Your Mother?
Yep.
You like it? I watched the first episode the other day.
What do you think?
I thought it was actually funny at parts, but other parts were kind of cringe.
It's a good show.
Yeah,
it's a good show.
I feel like obviously it's the pilot, so like it gets better.
Yeah.
But some parts I was like,
it's a good show.
Like that's really stupid.
It
like,
picks
funny.
up. There's a lot of like running gags and kind of like little things that catch on.
It was the episode where the dude was trying to meet this girl, and he kept having a party every night because the girl wouldn't show up. He had like three in a row. Yeah. But I find
it's a good bit.
That guy always wears suits and stuff really cringe at the start.
Ted.
I thought it was Barney.
Barney. Yeah, the suit guy. Suit up.
I think he gets a little cringe at the start.
I think he grows on.
I feel like he'll grow on. He
grows on you a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember when Remember when you're younger, you kind of idolize those the cool characters in the show.
He'd be one of those people.
I remember watching How I Met Your Mother and thinking like, man, Barney's so cool.
Do you remember that party we were going to go to and we're all going to wear suits? Yeah. But then we found out that the person's brother's friends were all wearing suits. Remember?
I think we still did it, but we did it better.
I didn't wear a suit. I don't know if you did or not. You might have wanted to button up, but I don't remember.
I can't remember.
I don't think there was no theme to this party.
Yeah, so we're just going to like
I think the funny thing was like, let's just wear suits.
Yeah.
And like, wearing a suit's cool.
That is cool.
So, yeah. That was funny.
Should we wrap it up?
Yeah, let's wrap it up. This has been episode... Oh, do you want me to do the outro?
Sure, okay. You do it, mate. I do the intros.
All right. A lot of pressure here.
Deep breath.
Thank you for listening to episode 26 of the Young Crumbs podcast. I've been Sean.
And I've been Michael.
My Instagram is at Sean_wool99. Yours is?
My Instagram is MOB_Y_Dick. Give me a follow.
Follow the Young Crumbs podcast on Instagram. It's at the Young Crumbs podcast. No dots, no spaces, no underscores.
No nothing.
No nothing. Except the words.
Except a follow.
The Young Crumbs.
The Young Crumbs
podcast.
Tune in midweek for my Harry Potter Chapter 1 audiobook.
Oh, is it dropping this week, is it? I can't wait for that.
Maybe.
Can you please? I tell you, it would be so funny.
I might do it.
Just read the first page, record it, and then we'll upload it on our Instagram. That'd be so funny.
And just see if if you want if you want more.
Like if you want more.
It's a good
Chapter
way to get
2
into
coming
reading.
next week.
Yeah, do a chapter a week. How long are the chapters in Harry Potter?
I don't know. You've read it, haven't you?
Yeah, I have. Ages ago, though.
Yeah, look, let's not do that. But if like our whole Instagram is filled with chapters of Harry Potter.
I don't think I'm that good at reading.
I feel like people... Oh, yeah, I'm horrible at reading. But I feel like every week it'll just be like less and less people care. It's just like...
Kind of like our
no offense to you.
Episodes.
It's just, hey, come on now.
Hey.
We've seen the analytics. 2,000 downloads.
9 views in America.
9 views in America.
In the last month.
Yeah, so Michael was using his, big brain technology, detective work to figure out how many viewers we have from overseas. So we said, because like the app's like got an update or something, we can't read it anymore, but it said 9 downloads in the previous month
from America.
And in the month we've only released 4 episodes. So Michael's like, there's got to be 2 of them.
2 people.
But I was like, they could have gone back and listened to other episodes. But he's like, no, it's 2. I still think it's 9. I think 9 people have downloaded one episode each, and they didn't like it, and they went, "Oh, jeez." Yeah. That's what I reckon all those really random ones are from like Thailand and stuff.
Yeah,
there's like one download from Thailand. Someone's like,
"Yeah,
who are these idiots?"
Maybe
these idiots.
See, but you know what? I think I've talked about it before. We had a little video on Instagram of us pretending to be Bondi Rescue lifesavers. That had like 300 views.
Yeah.
Not likes, just views.
Just straight views, bro.
But it's like, people are viewing that.
You use hashtags.
People are viewing that and seeing...
We have to use hashtags more.
Yeah. Hashtag Australian podcast.
You know, like I know friends of ours who have like business Instagram ones, and they upload a photo, and then they like do ... and they have like a whole paragraph of hashtags.
Yeah.
I gotta do that. We gotta do that.
Yeah.
We gotta do that.
Yeah.
Do you ever browse Instagram through hashtags? I don't, but
No.
sometimes I do.
I have like when I've been curious about, say, like a festival.
Yep.
I'll look up the festival's hashtag and see like the posts of the people that are there and whatever, like just to suss it out, see if it's something I would want to go to. Next week we're talking about Burning Man.
Okay.
Do you know what Burning Man is?
That's when they go naked and stuff, and they go in the middle of the desert and just
You don't have to. It's not a prerequisite.
suck your own dick and stuff, right?
That's that song by Jeff Whittick.
Oh, fuck, I love that. Have you seen the actual
I
like?
gotta burn a man and suck my own dick. Alright, anyways, thanks for listening to this episode.
Thank you. See you
Bye-bye.
later, guys.
Bye.
Bye.